So TFConnect was an event that happened recently, and one of the sections of the charity stream was a 50v50 with myself and a bunch of other YouTubers. Well, it wasn't my section of the stream, but I was probably like 30th on the list of people that they asked to be there, but I was there, all right? And I have never actually played 50v50 before. It's been in the game for a little bit now, but I haven't actually ever set foot in a lobby of it. And it was definitely an experience. Like I said, this was for TFConnect, which is a charity stream that happens each year that benefits Special Effect. The link in the description is still open if you want to go and donate to the charity, and the donations will be open until January 6th. Oh, and you might wonder why you can't hear much game sound, if any, throughout this video, but that's because the entire voice chat that I was sat in with a bunch of other people sounds like this. Insane. Yeah, I wouldn't want to do that to you. So the event kicks off and we start out on Badlands. This map is interesting with just 24 people at the best of times, let alone like 60. And it started going about as well as you expect. Now, I knew from the get-go I probably wouldn't be running around getting 30 kill streaks, so I wasn't quite sure where my expectations were for my first game. And it was just insane. Very fun, but absolutely insane. Now, what I wasn't told before joining this server was that the Chaos mod was still enabled for the 50v50 section. So whenever people donated money, an effect would happen in the game and mess us all up. So whenever you saw the joy of killing, it meant that whenever you killed someone, you laughed at their dead body. Not because you want to, but because the audience themselves have decided it. Or when a bunch of people donated, we were stuck to a certain speed, we could only use melee weapons, everyone died in one hit, and weapons were on a bound, whatever that means. This just was absolutely insane. Oh, and then we got put into Pyrovision as well. I'm going to warn you now that what you're about to see is by far the worst Chaos mod effect that has happened. And it was this little one called Out of Body Experience. It was impossible to aim with this. Some people literally had to sit in spawn and wait for it to go away. It was that terrible. And honestly, now imagine this being all you can see on the screen.
Push, red team, go.
That's not overwhelming in the slightest. Burden box than usual, randomly throughout this whole thing. I didn't even notice or react in the moment because I couldn't hear anything. And Badlands just kind of continued on. The Heavy made an appearance for a little bit and just kind of sat on the screen. So that was cool. I mean, he was a little bit in the way, but, you know, he was chill anyway. So I just let him stay there. But eventually, though, Badlands came to an end. Nobody actually won, but does anybody ever really win on Badlands? Like, you're playing Badlands. But we went from Badlands to Trainsawlaser. What could possibly go wrong with 50 people on each team, Chaos mod, and not being able to actually hear the game? Nothing, right? Nothing could possibly go wrong. Well, we got blinded on a map with a million saws on it. We got our W key stuck down on a map with a million saws on it. And the whole thing was directed by Michael Bay. So there was explosions everywhere and you couldn't see anything. Have I mentioned the million saws that are on this map? And I'll be honest, I have no idea how I did this, but it felt really, really good. At some point, the map started decompiling so we could see all of the triggers on the map. The view models got flipped at the same time. And then we were stuck on go-karts. And all of this time, we were one single hit away from death. This is a lot right now, okay? And especially being in a group chat with like 30, 40, 50 other people. There were quieter ones, but I sat in the big main one. It was a lot to take in and quite overwhelming. But just when you think the map was started to finally go back to normal, friendly fire gets activated and lazy purple is sat in spawn killing us all when we try and leave. I then was watching JPEG die randomly after walking backwards, and we went back to like a Silent Hill like fog where you literally can't see 2 feet in front of you. You can tell in these clips that the server is starting to struggle a little bit now, but somehow throughout all of Trainsawlaser, the game didn't actually crash. And just before the game swapped map for the third and final time, we had the one-hit KO perk come back up, as well as friendly fire. So I decided to make sure that nobody was able to leave for a bit, because it was funny. And then it was time for the final map, Woodville, the least controversial map in all of TF2. Who'd have thought they would have gone with the safest choice for the final map? Like, come on, guys. So the whole game starts off fairly normally. One hit kill and friendly fire come back, so we're all dead already. Then we're restricted to only melee weapons, and then we're allowed to no clip, but I was never alive when the no clip was enabled, so I didn't get to play. The floor was lava for a little bit, and then everyone's favorite out of body cam came back, except this time I was playing pyro, and I was actually able to do something, which felt quite nice. I'm not exactly sure what was happening in this clip. My head was starting to hurt at this point, like a lot. And to be honest, that was the only problem doing this while in a voice chat. I nearly didn't actually join it, but kind of decided I want to give myself the proper 50v50 experience. Was it the better decision? Absolutely not. But it was okay for a little bit. I didn't quite realize that the Chaos mod was capable of stuff like this, but randomly, as I was about to attack this group of players, everyone changed teams, and it ended up confusing everybody. And to mark the beginning of the end of this whole event, bullets started turning into rockets. And this was the final scene of the TFConnect 2024 50v50 Chaos mod game. Or, you know, whatever they decided to call it. The server got laggier and laggier as more people changed to being heavy to shoot millions of rockets. And eventually, the whole server just gave up, marking the end of our time and the end of the 50v50 event. I'm going to say it was definitely an experience. Thank you so much for Critscast as well for inviting me to actually do this. I've never played 50v50, and being in games with a bunch of different YouTubers and stuff was really cool. Like I said at the start, if you want to go and donate anything to the TFConnect charity, the link will still be in the description. Donations are open until January 6th, so make sure you go and donate. It's for a good cause. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching this video, if you even made it to this point, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.